A cupcake with bright frosting appears against a white background. It hops forward and gasps as it discovers 3 muffin pans that exactly look like braille cells. 7 more brightly colored cupcakes appear. At the whistled command of the original cupcake, hop into the various muffin holes to form the braille letters TBK. The muffin tins are replaced by the Blind Kitchen logo, green braille letters TBK on a white background. Fade to black.
Hello, and welcome to the Blind Kitchen, where everyone gets a seat at the table. I'm your host, Deborah Erickson, and in this episode, we're going to talk about the heat gloves.
Deborah is wearing frying pan earrings. She is wearing a white chef's coat and a black apron with a leather label with the Blind Kitchen on it.
Hot pans and hot surfaces can be daunting for any cook, but for those of us with vision loss, they can be especially daunting. I'm going to introduce you to a tool that will help you to handle these hot items safely and confidently in your cooking adventures. You've probably heard the old adage, if you can't take the heat, then stay out of the kitchen. But these heat-resistant gloves help us not only to be able to tolerate the temperatures, but to stand our ground in the kitchen. They actually can withstand temperatures of up to 540 degrees. The reason these heat-resistant gloves are so blind-friendly are multiple. First of all, they have 5 fingers so that you have more flexibility. They're much more comfortable, and you can get so much more tactile information through these than traditional bulky mitts or hot pads. Another reason is that they have the designs on both the front and the back, the silicone protection, so no matter which glove you pick up, it can go on either of your hands. The other reason is these are made of 100% cotton. That's what gives you the flexibility and a little bit of heat protection. The silicone designs that are on top of that cotton, they offer non-slip properties and also the most heat resistance. So now I'm going to go over and check the pan on top of the stove because I want to finish it in the oven, but I want to make sure it's done on top. So I know the stove is on. I know the lid is very hot, but I've got the gloves on, so I'm not worried. I'm taking off the lid. Oh my goodness, it is really boiling away, and it is ready to go in the oven. It really smells good. So now I've turned off the pan, but it's still very hot, but I am touching the lid flat with my hands with the gloves on, and I'm getting no heat at all. It's perfect. I'm holding the side of the pans now, where my hands are curved instead of flat. Again, no heat at all. But I do want to give you one warning. Sometimes, if you come in contact with a pan just right, only the cotton will be between the heat and your hands, and it will start to feel warm. If you feel that, don't panic. You'll have plenty of time to move it before it gets hot enough to harm you, but just be mindful. If that happens, it's going to get hotter, so you need to make adjustments. Now I'm also putting my hands flat on top of the pan because I want to talk about its non-slip properties. I am literally moving the lid back and forth with my hands, no pressure, and I can do this without any problem at all because this silicone really grips the stainless steel. So now it's time to put it in the oven, and I'm opening the oven door, and now I'm going to pull out the top rack. And I'm coming over. I'm going to get the pan. It's pretty heavy, but I've got my little helper handle here and the long handle. And I'm going to put it down on the rack, making sure it's stable and in place, and it is. And now I'm closing the oven door. That's it. Going to be Italian tonight. Caring for your heat gloves is relatively easy. All you have to do is drop them into the laundry machine and wash them. But don't put them into the dryer. The dryer heat cycle has a tendency to break down the cotton and to break down the silicone, and they'll have a less lifespan. Now, storing them at work, we have a drawer right next to our stovetop, and so we just put them in the drawer, and that's how we store them. I don't have a drawer in the Blind Kitchen near enough to the stove, so I keep them on magnetic hooks hanging from my refrigerator. Now, anybody who cooks, sometimes the heat gloves or the oven mitt is going to come in contact with raw food, such as raw proteins. And when that happens, you have to change them out to prevent cross-contamination. So when mine get dirty, well, all I have to do is walk over to my kitchen laundry basket and drop it in and quickly grab another one so I can get right back to cooking without any time lost. That is why I keep several pairs of heat gloves in my kitchen. Thank you for being a member of the Blind Kitchen community. I know that these heat gloves are going to increase your sense of safety and therefore your confidence when handling hot items in your own kitchen. Until next time, happy cooking.
She smiles towards the camera. Fade to black. The Blind Kitchen logo appears. Fade to black. Neo Creative Productions logo appears. The logo fades to black.